Distance Nerding.
Here we are!
Hey!
What's up?
We are, ladies and gentlemen, Fours is back in Florida. Yay!
Yay.
He's Graveyard.
He's Fours back
And
in
we are
Florida.
here to nerd together.
Yes,
Nailed
yes,
it.
yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, young Phil is not with us as of yet, but we would like to welcome you back to the build. Welcome back to Distance Nerding. It is great to see you guys. We are rocking this business tonight. So, Graveyard,
Yes.
how the hell are you?
I'm pretty good. Pretty good. We did an escape room work event today, so that was interesting. We failed, but we did the last puzzle. So that was my first escape room. I know you had your first one when you were in Cali too, right?
Oh my God, I contributed nothing to it because I couldn't figure out a single clue, and all of Kyber Cave nailed that thing, minus me. And we managed to get first place in the rankings. And I'm sitting there like at every clue, like, what is this?
One. What's a, like I said, laid door? What's a laid door?
It's a laid door. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have some housekeeping to do before before we get to it. So, to start things off, we want to let everybody know that this episode of Distance Nerding is powered by Pod Decks. In fact, all Distance Nerding is powered by Pod Decks. So, Pod Decks are a unique interview question and episode starting prompts in the palm of your hand. If you're a new podcaster or existing broadcaster looking to grow your audience or get more engagement, you can level up today with Pod Decks and check out poddex.com. Be sure and use the code NERDING10 for 10% off your purchase. Again, that is poddex.com. It is your premier unique interview question and episode starting prompts in the palm of your hand. Check out Pod Decks today. It is awesome stuff. We love it. We love you. And we are also going to give a shout out to Dubby.
Yes, Dubby.
All right. Dubby is an emerging brand of energy drinks created to help focus, concentration, reaction time with no jitters or crash. No maltodextrin, no sugar, fillers, artificial colors, dyes, and folks, Dubby is keto friendly. So it contains Neurofactor, which is a nootropic derived from the coffee fruit. Neurofactor helps give your brain focus and clarity, while the 150 milligrams of caffeine and the 3 essential B vitamins help you to stay alert and energized. You can find out more about Dubby over at dubby.gg. Master, welcome home. Well, thank you, young man. We've got code NERDING10 for 10% off at your checkout. And it's awesome because I am constantly energized by Dubby. It's what keeps my perversion going. But I didn't say that out loud. Yeah. Back to you, young man. Thank you, Master.
Thank you, Master.
So, yeah. And unfortunately, we do not have Dubby on us because young Phil needs to have the Dubby on him. Hopefully he's going to be mixing up a really nice suicide flavor of Dubby this fine evening. Husbeard.
Yes, sir.
Who do we got on deck for tonight?
We have coming back for the third time, Mr. Nate from Nano Chihuahuas. So let's give a warm welcome to Nate here. How's it going, sir?
Hey, Nate.
How are you guys?
Hey.
Doing really well. We apologize that Phil or James cannot be here to intro you, but we are honored to have you nonetheless.
Awesome.
Yes.
Thank you, guys. I think, I don't know if you can keep an eye out. Josh, who works with us, is also trying to get on.
Okay,
So,
cool. Yeah. Yep.
awesome. Yeah. Good to be back. How are you guys doing?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Doing well. Just got back from California, so I was actually in the Distance Nerding studio last week, and it was hella fine. It was great. Everybody in Cali was magnificent. But more importantly, sir, how have you been, and how have things progressed since last time we talked to you? Because we just talked to you like what, 2-3 months ago?
Yeah, I think that's about right.
So how have things been? How have things been with releases, the illustrations, like everything? Has it been like a riling success? Tell us about what's been going on with you lately.
So we just wrapped issue 4 with your guys' good friend Eric Ruiz, if you know Lucharillas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Eric did the artwork. It's fantastic. He just is wrapping up his first cover, I think, ever, and also for his first cover for our series, but also his first cover. And he's going to take about a month hiatus. I think he's going to work on a little side project that he's got. And then June 1st, we're supposed to get back on the horse to finish issue 5. Production maybe 6 weeks, a little in there, somewhere in there. But yeah, we're rocking and rolling. We've got some really cool covers, a lot of cool things happening. We got into some shops in Canada recently.
Wow.
39 shops in 8 states. I don't know. Do you call Canada like a province, a state?
Yeah, close enough. Close enough.
Yeah. But yeah, we're doing 4 locations for Free Comic Book Day this Saturday.
Where's that at for the viewers?
Free Comic Book Day, or where are we going to be?
Where are the locations you're going to be, so that everybody can get out to see you?
Okay, Sacramento will be at World's Best Comics. It's in Sacramento on Watt Avenue. We'll be here in Arizona. We'll be in Brandon's Comics in Tempe, Arizona, as well as Strange Adventures in Gilbert, Arizona. And then our good friend Adam in the Detroit area will be at Liberty Comics in Roseville, Michigan.
Okay. So, what specific day and time can folks find you in Sacramento?
Free Comic Book Days this Saturday. I don't know all the times off the top of my head, but the events pretty much go all day long. If you don't know what Free Comic Book Day is, you come in. Each shop usually has a big variety of free comics given to the shops by Marvel, by Image, by DC, and some nice titles too. But we're trying. I mean, being an indie comic is not an easy thing. Yeah. So whenever we can find an opportunity to get out there and spread our wings, we'll take it. So it just kind of worked out where we could go to 4 locations, and it's a little ambitious, but I think we can do it. And yeah,
that's excellent. All right. Can I ask you a question that I forgot to ask you last time? It's actually hella important.
Mm-hmm.
So considering that you've now completed issue 5, you're working on completing issue 5.
Yeah.
Do you set aside 2 to 3 issues of each one that you complete and like sign them so that in the future they would be worth something to collectors who would just be like super, super into it, or like for yourself, so that down the road, if in case you like wanted to auction them bad boys off, it's like, here, original artists, original inkers, original writers, signed numbers 1 through 4, 1 through 5, whatever. Like, is that something that you do for the first couple that you complete?
So David Kiddos Jr., the author, is pretty open for signing stuff, and we sometimes we'll charge, sometimes depends on the event, he'll sign for free. We've had different artists sign their stuff. Some artists want to charge us to get their signature, and I want to be supportive, but it's if I have to charge more, like a certain amount more, it just doesn't seem to make sense. So I just send the people to the artist.
Yeah. But I mean, so I and forgive me, I didn't phrase my question correctly. Yeah. What I meant by having signatures, I meant all of you. Oh, everybody who worked on the book. Do you set 1 or 2 aside per print you finish? So for example, if you guys printed out 100, 200 copies of issue 1, do you personally keep 1, 2, maybe 3 copies, have everybody sign it, and then seal it and stash it for future reference, or in case you want to do something special with it at a later time?
I have 1, and it's in my collection right now.
Okay. That's really cool that you did that, because you never know where these things are going to go anymore. Yeah. So it's like, you're kind of future proof and getting ready, because if this thing takes off and it becomes worth thousands and thousands later down the road, 10, 20 years down the road, and you're like super hella famous, and here's issue 1 and it's signed by everybody.
Yeah.
And now you've got like $3 million. So.
Yeah, no, I think of stuff like that. We talked to a shop recently, and he wants to get us to start grading things. Send in books, sign graded, remarks, stuff like that. We are selling more online, so it's got momentum, and it's like Legos, right?
Yeah.
one brick at a time. So it's it's fun to talk about. It is work, and I do have some special stuff set aside, yes, but it's I like your idea. I would have to be diligent to work it out. So
don't I get that? My goodness.
So from last we spoke to you, I know you were in the middle of the Kickstarter last time, right? How'd that turn out?
We 370% of our goal.
Oh wow!
So our goal wasn't super high, but it was cool. We had some people drop out at the very end, which I guess it's just the nature of the beast. So we are going to be starting our next Kickstarter. Oh, may the 4th be with you, by the way.
And also with you.
So in 6 days, we're going to start our next Kickstarter for issue 4. And I don't know. I'm learning about niche markets. So micro niche markets. If that interests you, I can talk about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Please do it. Please elaborate.
Yes.
So we met a lawyer, comic book lawyer, and he is on the East Coast, Gamal Hennessy, and he has a publishing company, but the guy is just like a wealth of knowledge. And I was reading some articles about him, and he talked about, if you can find the people, because there's a market for everything.
Yeah.
If you can find the people that will support you, that's your base. And then the cons and store sales, that's all profit. So we're trying to learn and working with him, like how to identify those people and get that support. So we're hoping to implement that into the next Kickstarter. And there's a Night of the Chihuahuas 2, Chihuahuas from Hell, that's already written. And, if we can kind of keep the ball moving, we could have a lot of fun. So it's really just building on that.
Nice. So did he give you some good advice? He's talking about the niche market. What kind of niche market do you think you guys kind of fall into with?
We're in the process of that. So he sent us a questionnaire, and I need to finish 3 more questions, but then we're going to get back some information that will help us identify who these people are and how to go after them. Using social media, hashtagging it's not really quite fair because those things are not geared to like make people successful unless you pay them. So we're going to start using other tactics to try to identify who these people are and how to get to them. Because it's have you guys read issue 3? I sent it to Phil.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I like it. I like I said, being a horror movie guy, and I love the parallels you have with, especially the dog kind of in the toilet and attacking and stuff like that. It to me, like I said, horror movies. I love, this being just a kind of parody of, zombies in this case. And I like to see where this is going. I want more episodes, hands down. I really do. I think it's amazing just because like I said, I love the idea of Chihuahuas being zombies and causing this in the world.
Yeah. It is out there, people are out there that do want to see it. Everybody keeps saying they want to see a movie.
Yep.
That would be fantastic, but it's, I think it's going to take a lot more work than I originally thought. But getting the books into the hands of people and kind of building the awareness and the demand, that'll really kind of be the turning point. What did you think about the artwork? So we shifted artwork to a new artist for issue 3. What do you guys think of that?
It is different. I was able to see that. I didn't notice the initial change when you talked about in like the last page of the first book that it was that change.
Yeah.
I do like it though. I'd really like to. I like it that it's black and white. I think that holds a lot of weight to it as well. With that, no, I like the art style though too. I mean, I'm not by any stretch of the imagination a comic book connoisseur. I have them, but no, I like it. I like the vein of it. I like the simplicity of the colors and black and white and stuff like that. Josh is here, so I'm gonna add Josh as well.
Okay.
Hi guys.
Hey there. How's it going, sir?
Going great.
What's up, Josh?
How you doing?
Doing very well. Good to have you. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Yes. So yeah, we were talking about the art style of the new book. Yeah, like I said, I was saying I'll say it's pretty damn good. I like it. I liked every art style that you guys have had. It's the change, right? But yeah, it's, to me, the art is a big part of it, but really the story behind it is really that it doesn't. The different changes and styles don't really appear to me like that because I'm so invested in the story as well.
Oh, we're trying to build on it because the story is. I mean, it is fun.
Mm-hmm.
So with the different challenges we've faced, the different challenges we faced in trying to overcome those with scheduling and finances and stuff. It's I don't know. I mean, it just trips me out because there's so many indie comic publishers. And it's like, how do you get around all these hurdles? And, when we had trouble initially when the first artist had to go and we didn't have the capability to keep him on, it's like, well, do you just throw away all that time and money? And, we wanted to finish it. So
right.
Would I like to have one artist all the way through? Absolutely. Is it still a fun story? Absolutely.
Oh, so. Yeah. Yeah, and I think the cover that we got was Godzilla parody, right? Or a kaiju of a Chihuahua.
We call it Chizilla.
Chizilla? Nice. Mm-hmm. That's what Lucharillo's made for you? What, did he make that?
No, that was an artist named Albert Morales.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, it's the story's great. Do you have any plans of colorizing it, or are you just going to keep it black and white? Do you think going?
I think at this point it's just a black and white story. We might do like a black, white, and blood edition at some point.
Okay.
But yeah, just black and white. We do have fun covers. I don't know if you've gotten to see some of the other covers.
I saw some of the variants last time. Is a new variant for issue 3?
Issue 1, issue 3.
So there's Chihuahua Smalls. I don't know if you.
Yeah, I remember that one.
And then let me see if I can find. So you guys, have you seen The Last of Us?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So this is our Chihuahua.
Ooh.
Hey, Husbeard, can you
I'm making
full screen him?
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
That's an artist named J Photos.
Are you serious right now?
So, and then I have. Josh, should I show them the secret cover? I mean, we're on the air here.
4?
Huh?
For the 4th issue?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No.
No, you guys will see it. We were hoping to come back on when the Kickstarter is going.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna send you guys a good number of books to as giveaways to viewers.
Oh, sweet.
We have some good surprises. I always try to in my thinking, it's like I always want to keep one in the chamber. I don't want to get to that point where we're just empty. So yeah, the Chihuahua clicker.
Yes.
So it's I mean, we have a lot of fun stuff, and
what about the pirate one?
that was it. All right, here. Well, put me back up.
Yep.
So this is the first time I'm showing this cover.
Ooh.
This was done by Leon Leclerc, and I didn't know that this was being done until the day before I got it.
Dude, what was your initial reaction when you saw that?
Yeah.
I don't want to get sued. No, for real. We and that was part of the reason why we reached out to that lawyer, because it's like there's so many homages and parodies, and it's all clever. I mean, Spider-Man 300's been done a million times. Like, so it's a Disney property, and I've heard that if you don't do it like in bad taste with Disney, and we're not making it, $1 million off of it, we'll probably be okay. So we're planning on doing a limited release of that cover. A lot of our stuff is homage, and it's, we want to catch people's attention. If you have a fun story, but nobody picks it up, it doesn't really matter.
Oh, I mean, for eye catching, it is perfect. And I think, the general rule of Disney is if you don't get confused with a Disney property, that you're generally under the radar for most of the time.
Yeah. So we're plugging along.
And this is still planned 6 episodes for this run initially, right?
5.
Okay, so the 5th one is going to be the last one then.
Yep, and it just the stakes progressively go up. It gets progressively more ridiculous and awesome and gory, and I mean it's. I'm gonna kind of bend this around, like talking about having special things. So we had an original cover. Do you still have it there, Josh? The green cover. So that was our original artwork.
Yep.
So many people bought it. We cycled it out, as kind of a, like we brought in the Chujo cover, which you guys saw last time.
Yeah.
Which there's a bunch of controversy around that as well, because it was that was an homage, but the person that we were working with didn't tell us the truth, and we had to pull that cover off. But that green one that Josh just showed you,
is that the one with the long tongue?
Yeah, like it's actually a Venom cover.
Right. Yeah.
And we didn't know that. The guy sold us on like it was his original artwork. So, but those green covers, what I want to do is create an event, and whoever has that green cover, that's their ticket into the event. And Night of the Chihuahuas actually was a movie, if you guys didn't know this. So we are considering doing a screening of this movie, and if you come with your green cover, you will get into the movie for free.
Interesting.
So, Josh, Nate, I'm just going to throw this out there. Graveyard, myself, and Phil, we do voices if you need voice actors. Just saying.
Only if you drink Dubby, then that's the only way.
So Phil's the only one who qualifies for this. Got it.
Okay. So, I mean, let's kind of talk about the movie that this was a movie before, and you talked about maybe potentially making another movie. Do you want it to be a live action, or do you think you'd be more versed in a animated format?
I think it would be funner live action. What do you think, Josh?
I'm the other way. I think it'd be funner animated, but hopefully it goes both, right?
Oh, so I was just thinking, because we had Spawn in the 90s was live action, but the next 2 Spawn movies were animated, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we kind of got some Hellboy animation as well. So there are, animation, comic book stylization of these stories that look really great in animation as well.
I just see it like being Cocaine Bear in a way. the practical effects in Cocaine Bear were just ridiculous.
Uh-huh.
Did you get a chance to see Meth Gator while you were at it? That's our Florida special.
LSD lemur.
Yeah, I think Phil said he could play a Chihuahua for you.
Yep.
I could be the narrator,
There you go. There you go. So I know you're talking about, series 2 potentially. I have to ask the question because it's the rage. It has been the Night of Chihuahua universe. Has that been a thought of just a universe as a whole? Does it kind of be like a Marvel zombie type situation?
Yep. David. David is he's got 3, I think, mapped out issue or version 3 for this story arc. But he said worldwide that these Chihuahua invasions are happening all over.
Mm-hmm.
So the different scenarios and circumstances, and I have the script for issue 2. I read through some of it, and it's it just gets ridiculous, but it's fun. I mean, it's like, I don't know, it for an original story, it just digs deep into that like 80s, like 50s creature features and like 80s horror films, just like over the top and awesome. Yes, we should get Elizabeth Banks on the phone. You guys have her number, right?
Yeah,
that's why we're here.
James does. James has the number.
Yeah,
I just have her on my phone as Lizzie Banks.
I'm not that popular. I don't have anybody on my phone. That's unfortunate.
You have me now.
Yes, I do.
So yeah, I mean that's pretty cool. How deep? I know we talked about covers stuff like that. How deep of cuts do you want to do for horror movies? Like, because this almost can go into like Stephen King's The Stand territory, but instead of a virus, it's chihuahuas that wipe out 90% of the population.
Yeah, I honestly don't know. I haven't had that conversation. David and I are trying to, when issue 5 is completed, we're going to talk about the rights for the second series, Chihuahuas from Hell. And I mean, we're not rolling in the dough or anything. People are buying, it's moving. And, the idea I think for us right now is to break even. Josh and I are working, kind of on a the 2 to 3 year plan for a new business, right? You invest money, you take your time, you put in sweat equity. So I fantasize about somebody hitting me up on Instagram like Gabriel Iglesias and like, I love your idea. Let me help you. Like,
oh, he'd be a perfect voice for.
But he's also he's a huge Chihuahua person,
right?
So yeah, I mean it sounds cool, but the reality of it is we're doing the 4 locations for Free Comic Book Day. We're working. I mean,
yeah,
it's what it is.
Now, do you guys have any more cons planned as well to kind of to go with maybe the 5th entry of the series to kind of do a con tour of all 5?
Right now, our next con is Phoenix Fan Fusion, first weekend of June down here in Arizona. We'll release issue 4. Part of the joy of finishing the series is we'll have money for other things. So we are the idea is to go to a few cons that are further away. I want to go to Austin. I want to go to Boise. I just reach out, try to use what resources we have. I mean, I have a friend in Austin who said, I'll give you a place to stay. I'll feed you. I'll drive you to and from the con. I'm like, cool. That covers a lot right there.
Yeah, that's pretty good. It's pretty good.
So, as issue 5 comes out, yeah, I think through the next year or so, we'll probably try to hit up a few more, and we may succeed, we may fail. I mean, just to be honest, I want to imagine that we'll succeed.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that's Phil. We didn't summon James yet tonight.
Yep, Gem State.
Gem State.
Yep, that's the gem. Yep.
Nice.
So,
I see you're wearing one of your shirts as well. Is that
it's the Jaws one?
Yeah. Nice. And I know you guys are working on other series under the Pork Chop Express as well, right? Not,
yep.
Do you have any? Can you give us any sneak previews or anything coming out with that? Anything else?
You want to share anything, Josh?
I mean, Just for killer hair, maybe.
So killer hair, I think we talked about last time we were on.
Yeah.
Woman hair gets possessed, basically. I maybe I should just say Venom meets Rapunzel. Her hair gets possessed and starts killing people. An allegory of mental health and alcoholism, but it's not like quite blatant.
Right.
I was working on it, and I got kind of stuck, and I've been trying to just get things set up for Night of the Chihuahua. So I set that down, and I have another project that I've kind of kept under wraps, and I think I'm going to send out to a few groups like yourself, and I think there's words on the first page and there's words on the last 2 pages, and it's 44 pages long.
So I'm gonna throw this out there to you guys so you can market it first.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you can make a spin-off called Night of the Graveyard, where his beard comes to life and literally starts killing people left and right every time somebody pisses him off.
That's the sequel, Killer Hair Part 2. His hair falls in love with her hair.
There you go.
Just kind of does this thing.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. My beard does get tangled in my wife's hair. So that is, I completely understand that.
The first victim. And now he must cope with the regret.
Yes. But yeah, that other story is called Family Man, and it is it's built on a bunch of tropes that takes a really weird turn in the middle that I think will be delightful, and I want to send it to people like you guys, and I just want pure raw reaction, like not a lot of like detail, but more like that was awesome or that was horrible or I want to hello.
Hey, Frey.
I just want to see what you guys think. I want to try to like soft launch, what do they call it?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, absolutely. If you ever need deep cut pictures, I have a Laserdisc collection of all the old crappy horror movies.
You have a Laserdisc collection? That's awesome.
Oh, he's a champion. I'm sure he's got Laserdisc. I'm pretty sure he's got beta tapes, if I were to ask.
Yeah. They're at my parents' house.
Beta was like DAT for audio cassette. Like it didn't get better.
It did not get better. No, I probably have about 300 horror Laserdiscs that I just collect.
Wow. I know what to get you for Christmas.
There's some of them are stupid expensive, quite honestly, but they're deep cuts.
My stepdad had a full closet, double sliding door with a special build in the wall and VHS tapes top to bottom, and it was closed. And I met my buddy, my best friend from the military. It's like, you want to see a dead body? I took him over to the thing. He's like, I don't know what scared me more. Looking into all these, like all,
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, you're right, Ray. Baymax was better. Now I thought, I was thinking kind of like how some series do it. Have you thought about doing covers that completes a scene? You mean like you could put them side by side? You'd have like the scene across the entirety of
connecting
it?
Covers.
Yeah.
We have.
Want me to go grab them?
Well,
I don't think I've seen them.
Yeah, if you want, yeah. These ones are simple. We do want to make more. It's getting to know artists, work with them, build relationships. We've had things fall out. We've had people come through, met a lot of great people, but doing a connecting cover, I think it's just the right idea, and it's kind of, that's like art direction. Either you, like the guy J Photos that did that clicker. Yeah, I saw him at a con. I've met him before, and I took a sketch cover of ours to him, and I said, can you do a clicker, from The Last of Us?
Yeah.
So I paid him, and he came back real quick, and it wasn't as detailed as I wanted it, and I obviously probably should have paid him more money. And I saw him later in the bathroom, which is hilarious. And I was washing my hands. He was washing his hands. I was like, man, he's like, oh, did you like it? I was like, yeah, it'd been cool if it was more detailed. And he's like, I'll do another one for fun. It'll be fun. He's like, and then he gave me the price, which was way more realistic than a lot of things I've heard. And he turned that around super quick. And it's like, wow, like he doesn't need direction, and finding somebody that can make connecting covers, because it would be super awesome to have a series of covers like even if we could, I don't know if we could afford it, but if you took the 5 and you had all 5 like a connecting series, it would be dope.
I sold them.
No.
I think I had the posters.
Oh, okay.
I had the posters.
So
here I can get them.
Oh yeah.
While you do that, so
I have a variant of the number 1.
Oh, do you? Oh, let me put you on the big screen here.
What?
Yes.
That's the shining.
Bro, that's menacing
love
as
it.
freak, bro.
I love it. That is awesome.
So when we pulled the other one, we went with this one.
Dang, dude.
Ooh.
I love that stuff. It reminds me of the 90s when a lot of artists would like take 4 or 5 like your variants of a number 1 and just it could all be connected. That is like that's classy.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
So Josh, for both of you guys, Frey Girl had a quick question.
Yeah.
Loving that.
I'll put the questions up.
Thanks. So for you guys, who's an artist? This is from Jen. Who's an artist you would love to do a cover for your books?
Okay, top 5 maybe.
top 5. Like give us 4 or 5 people who you would love to do for them to do a cover for you guys.
That's hard because there's some people. Okay.
I mean, come on, everybody wants McFarlane. It's a given. McFarlane Chihuahua would be awesome.
Oh yeah,
it would.
I'm a Jim Lee guy myself.
Oh yeah, you're not the only one.
Oh geez, okay.
Jim Lee would be cool.
Like I've loved Jim Lee's work since I was 10 years old, and I'm 42. So
he's gonna be at Phoenix Fan Fusion.
Oh.
So
and I'm in Florida.
Check this out. Is like I've been on this thing for sketch covers and like finding artists to do sketch covers.
I'm gonna put you big screen.
Jeez.
So do you know the reference of the bandana around the mouth?
Around the mouth? Oh, I should.
Something is killing the children.
Yes.
Erica Slaughter. So my idea was like that this Chihuahua killed Erica Slaughter, who is like the ultimate badass.
Sweet.
But I've actually started reaching out to like I don't know how to categorize it, higher level artists. I reached out to David Nakayama, Peach Momoko. Oh, come on. Like Tula Lote. And I'm just everything I'm doing, I'm just like trying to hit flies in the air. Like if whatever I can get, it's like cool. And then there's a guy, he goes by Sketch God, FDC. He's out on the East Coast as well. And he posts just sketch covers. And he gave me some recommendations. And he knows Art Germ. Do you know Art Germ?
I don't.
The guy's amazing. Like he easily over 100,000 followers. But then the people's styles. I mean, if you draw superheroes all the time, are you a good creature drawer? You know, drawer. So, oh yeah. Oh, there you go.
Yes.
Do you guys remember the still artist that worked with the crew who did Ren and Stimpy back in the day? Like, you remember how like during episodes of that they would have like just these stills and they were super detailed and super awkward. Like, do you remember who that artist was? I could see him doing like this super detailed, super grotesque cover for you guys, and it would work beautifully.
You know who we had on? Oh, sorry, a couple of weeks ago why can't Floydman? The guy who does Garbage Pail Kid cards and stuff like that.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we should get you his info.
Okay.
I think he'd be pretty good fit too.
Awesome.
Yeah, he was
the guy who did the Mad Balls back in the day.
Yeah, he's doing great work. He did stuff for the band Green Jelly, who does there's a parody group as well. I think it'd be interesting to see what he was able to do.
Floydman Sumner.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all. I feel like these things work organically. You talk to people, and it's just people know other people, and all of a sudden it's like you're talking to somebody. But if you try to contact them directly, it's like, don't talk to me. I bugged Peach Momoko and David Nakayama multiple times, and it was like, please, just don't even respond.
I have an unusual question for you guys. What's up, James? James in the chat. So have either of you, and maybe you've answered this in a previous interview, I'm not sure, but I just want to know for my sake, have either of you lately or at any given point in time done one-off commission work? Like just like a one-time request thing, and you were able to make a pretty good piece from it?
I don't think I understand what you mean.
So, all right. So what I do, I make sound fonts for lightsabers.
Mm-hmm.
And every so often, there are websites that you can get the sounds that you can download for these bad boys. But every so often, I'll get a request from someone who's like, "Can you make me a one-off? Can you make me just one? Not for anybody else. This is completely private. It's a commission, and I get commissioned, and I make X amount of money to make one sound for one person. Just that one thing." So my question is, have you guys been asked to do commission work privately? I mean, you don't have to tell us what you've done. I just want to know if you've recently or in the recent past have done commission work for folks, private work.
We haven't. We've been approached by a few different people, and we're not in the position to where we feel like we want to do that at this time.
Okay. Oh, and I'd like to welcome our very special guest, Young Phil, to the show.
Oh, Young Phil!
We don't see him that often, but he is most welcome today.
Did you have your Debbie?
I mean, my whole idea was, let me just sneak in and act like I've been here the entire time. I mean, technically, I have been here the entire time. I've been listening to the entire interview on my way home. But you guys are doing great, by the way.
I was going to say, boss man, how have we done so far?
Okay. Sorry, again, guys. I apologize for being so late. I told my work that I needed to be off at 4:30 when I was supposed to be off.
Mm-hmm. And they told him F off. So.
Well, at 2:00, a technician was behind, and they asked me, "Hey, can you just go over there and start the appointment for him? And he'll come later on and finish it up." He never shows up, and I ended up doing the entire job. Not by myself. Two other technicians came in at the last second to help me, but I would have still been there if those two other guys didn't show up.
Well, welcome to the show nonetheless.
Yes.
Yeah. Welcome.
So I'm now here again. Just quick jump-ins right here. The book is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Hilarious, like always. Those covers that I tried to look at while I was driving and tried not to because I didn't want to crash. From what I could see, the clicker one looked really cool.
Here, I got you.
Oh God, that's so awesome.
Yeah. You'd have to almost call them not a clicker, but a
shiver.
A shiver, or like
the Chihuahua.
A yipper.
A yipper. Yeah.
There you go, Phil. You see that one?
Yes, I love it.
I do. That is
the artwork on that is amazing.
You know what? The guy that did the Jaws thing, he's a pretty phenomenal artist. And I showed it to him, and he's like, AI. Like, that was the first words out of his mouth. And I was like, no, dude. Like, I have the guy that did it. he's sending me the pencils. He's just a really good artist.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Fraser not to accept your excuses, Phil.
Yeah, I'm not allowed excuses. You're the host of a show. You need to not make money and come and do your free show.
Yes. So we do have a question from James. Is how do you frame a story or story arc outline, and how far do you plan out issues?
So, frame a story or story arc. That's for the individual story, right? If I understand the question.
Yeah. I mean, obviously you know how it's going to begin and end. So how do you determine like how many issues you're going to make the series? There's so many pages equals so many.
It was written as a movie originally. So in a movie, you have 3 acts usually, right?
Mm-hmm.
David recently educated me that he takes his second act and splits that into 2 parts. So I think 1 page equals 1 minute filming wise, but he had to take the entire script and then break it down into comic book format, which I still don't fully understand how to do. I mean, I've read a couple different ways that people do it. And someone told me that Stan Lee used to just like write out a couple paragraphs and be like, here, make a comic book. I don't know if that's true, but but the I want to say stuff like, a beat sheet, or if you guys know what a beat sheet is.
Yeah.
I can hear jokes already.
You're beating what now?
But I have a sheet.
On the sheet, it should be fine.
But it basically, your beats are what's happening in the story.
Mm-hmm.
So you start with like a sentence, you make it into a synopsis, you make a synopsis into synopsis treatment, and then you break it down into beats, and then you expand each beat into the story. So does that help?
Yeah. So I mean, how many minutes was the movie?
Ooh, I don't remember. I don't remember. Yeah, I have it written down in the other room, but it would take me a little bit to find it. So
synopsis.
Yeah, I was about to do
I was like, why did nobody do that? Like
I was pulling up the comment. I was getting
and then planning the things ahead. It's we've been like a one-legged tripod trying to make it happen. So
one-legged tripod.
Yes.
That is an interesting concept. Tell me more.
Just make sure you bring your beat sheet.
We're in the beat sheets.
Yeah, we've tried to plan it out. It's just not gone as we would hope to. But we're still getting through. Working with Eric Ruiz has been a blessing. And the guy is like clockwork, and it makes it our job easier, because if we can count on him, then we can count on actually putting a product out at a certain time. So
yeah, Eric Ruiz is a blessing. We're just gonna throw that out there.
But I think in the comic books, it's when you get to issue 3. And if you don't make it past issue 3, there's no reason to go 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or however far you're gonna go.
right.
Like by the time issue 3 gets out, then at that point you're looking for a distribution deal, and that's when most distributors are going to look at you.
Right.
So at that point, if you're not going to make it past 3, there's no reason to go on.
Right.
It's like the restaurant business, right? They say 2 years. If you make it, you make it. If you don't, it's a flop.
Yeah. All right,
and issue 3 was particularly hard for us.
So James also wants to know, art direction. What's it like? Obviously you've had multiple different artists at this point in time. Would the idea is, let's say you get series 2, 3, through 10, and this whole universe created. Obviously you want a consistent team to do it. Do you want to have like different artists do it weekly or different issues? If you had the capability to choose, or do you want one all the way through?
What do you think, Josh?
I mean, ideally, I would like to stick with one artist. or at least one interiors and maybe a different cover artist, something like that.
Yeah, we want Eric to do the next whole series.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean,
then,
you would want to do it like comic book style, right? Where it's like, you have somebody who, in particular, who does a run, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It is. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to. I started out kind of in this whole thing with the mindset of like trying to build a group of people that we would work with long term. So, getting to meet more people, getting a little bit more of a reputation for ourselves, because in the beginning that was kind of up in the air. Some people had kind of negative feelings about us.
Well, they're wrong.
Yeah, that they are.
Thank you. I'm glad. I'm glad they are. So, but like getting to work with different cover artists, like I have a bunch of ideas. Maybe next time we come on, we could show you a thing or two more. But yeah, I mean, it's just building these relationships, really. Eric, for interiors, we want to give him a cover. And I don't know if you heard, Phil, but Eric did his first cover, which we've had to spend a little time kind of going back and forth, but it's turning out awesome.
I'm excited to see how that turns out, what that ends up being, because I've been listening since the beginning. Again, I just kind of threw everything on and was listening while I was driving. So
yeah, yep. So yeah, I mean, and there's art direction. It's some people need more, some people need less.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys ever heard of a mood board?
No.
This is something that was taught to me. Is like I don't know if it'd be easy for you guys to see. You take several images that give you inspiration for what you're trying to do,
mm-hmm.
and then you write some context, and then you give it to the artist. And the idea is to give them some direction right off the bat.
Like this is the feeling that we're trying to get.
Yeah. Let's see if I can get to it quickly.
Quick shout. Hey, Say Wong, how's it going?
Say Wong's in the building.
Yep, he was late.
Here's a mood board. Hi.
Hold on.
wrong screen, dude.
This is the mood board for Chihuahua Smalls. At the top is a European graffiti artist that goes by Arf the Wolf.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously Biggie Smalls, and then some other images, and then there's the direction that I give through here on the side, like the objective, feelings invoked, and the light source. And I really think the artist that did Smalls probably could have figured all that out on his own, but it was like an exercise to like try to collaborate. The artist that did Smalls, his name is Victor Irizarry. He's a local guy out here.
So yeah. Does that kind of go into, I think what James was asking is that's how you kind of prep for this, that's for the cover arts, but how do what's the process for then the pages of the book? Do you have a storyboard, or does he kind of look at the movie and try to get ideas from the movie to draw it out for the comic?
I have to hats off again to Eric. I feel like I'm gonna start the Eric fan club. He picked up, in his first interpretation was like nailed it, like just right on the money, like no real direction. He just made it happen. And then from there we're like, wow. And then he shows up on like he hits his deadlines, like, wow, This is amazing. Frey Girl, no, not everything is done digitally. Some of them are done by hand. Issue 3 was all done by hand. And I have original artwork for that.
Interesting. So. I am not an artist, so I would never be able to do something like that. But if I probably did, I'd probably try to do it on a tablet or
I thought it was done digitally.
Most of them are.
With Eric, not the other one.
Yeah. Well, no, Albert did his in traditional.
Right.
So another question from James. James should just be on his own show.
It'd be nice if James.
James wasn't here last time either.
He's never on the show. It'd be nice if James took the invitation and actually came on the show.
Hey, James, when I come to your town, we're gonna have lunch. How about that?
There you go. So how do you find how did you find a printer and distributor for this? So you just call up people or did you ask around?
So
printers and distributors are different. Printer, we use a group out of Tempe called Artist Express. Anthony Delaney and Anastasia. They're great. Their quality is great. He sat down with me. This guy owns his own business, working around the clock. He sat down with me on a Saturday and helped me get the first Kickstarter going, like in his workday. He's working on a Saturday and he's like, come over, I'll help you. But now distributor, or we're a publisher. Now distributors, Lunar. Do you remember, Josh?
We are a distributor in a sense.
Well, yeah,
distributor.
But
we're the ones going and doing the sales and putting them in the stores.
Well, like
right,
Lunar.
But if you want a big distributor, you have Diamond. You have
Diamond.
You have. I can't remember them all.
There's Penguin Random House. I contacted Penguin Random House the other day and they shot me down. I was like, oh.
I mean, of course, it's Random House. They're going to shut everybody down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's just working. I think that's the thing, is the more visibility we get, the more followers, the more awareness, the more people are talking about us, hopefully it'll just continue to move it down the line.
Oh, so we're on the same page. So we're in the same place.
Yep.
Yeah. Don't get me started on that part. So I mean, with you guys being now, you said in 8 states, have you gotten feedback from those shops that you guys are in?
Yeah. Some shops have sold out multiple times. One locally is sold out 6 times.
Oh wow.
Some shops don't reorder. So
some shops just don't reach out to you.
Yeah, there's that too.
It's like, I just was at SAC Comic Con and these guys came around. Hey, you got the 3rd issue out. We sold out immediately in the first 2. Why didn't you ever call back and reorder?
You're the comic book shop. Of course you're supposed to order.
I think they're more into, even though they do support indie and a lot of them are starting to support indie, is they're used to getting that distribution from the big distributor and they get a list.
Oh, right. Yeah, so they automatically get it. Right.
Then they just pick off the list what they want. Then they throw it on their site. This is what's coming out this week, and it's a bunch of pre-orders, right? And then they might pick up 5 or 10 extra copies of that just to put on the shelves. They're not really reaching out to you. It's like you have to be on them, but when you're on them all the time, you feel like you're that.
Like you're nagging. Yeah, like you're nagging.
Away.
Right.
Hey, you want my book again? You want another book? I got a book for you. You got a book?
Well, it's funny too, because some people they tell me that I'm bugging them, and then just like Josh said, some people hey, why haven't you been around? Or it's just kind of like a game.
Right.
And then you never know who you're going to catch on what day, what mood they'll be in. You can't call them on Tuesday because Wednesday is New Comic Book Day.
Right.
It's like they're not there on the weekend sometimes. It's like a game.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be a great feeling to hear places selling out in multiple times.
Well, it's the people are invested in it and hey, check this out. It's cool. Once again, if somebody picks it up, they're like, wow, this is cool.
Right.
So it's.
I'm invested at this point. So it's like,
yeah.
Are you going to go to World's Best Comics in Sacramento and get your free copy this weekend, Phil?
I probably am going to try and see if I can find my way down there. Funny enough, I don't know if you guys saw me posted in the chat earlier, but I said friend of the show, World's Best Comics, because they now do a segment for us.
Oh, cool.
Say that again. They do what?
They do a segment for us. So they do a monthly segment on the show talking about what comics to
Who does Dave goes on there?
Huh?
Does Dave get on there?
I gotta ask James.
The guy's name's Dave.
No, so Dave hasn't been on the show. He wanted to be on the show last time, but he couldn't make it.
Really nice guy.
Yeah.
I can't even tell you where my local comic book shop is anymore. The one I went to since I was 10 closed down a couple of years ago.
Oh no!
So I'd have to look again. Yeah, I said I stopped collecting comics. I had the first 200 spawn at one point.
Woo!
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Here.
Here, I'll show you something that I got. So I'm gonna go off Chihuahua subject. I just happen to have this right here. This is second print.
Oh my god!
Limited to 684, I think.
Oh wow. That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah. I still like to collect comics, kind of. It's getting burnt out on comics.
Like once you work in comics, you get burnt out on them.
Yes, it says take up kite flying or something.
No,
yeah, let's go fly a kite.
Yeah, I had many boxes of comics, and I realized I was not keeping up in any stretch of the imagination with it. So I started getting the trade paperbacks and the omnibuses just to, compress everything.
What is the difference between a trade paperback and an omnibus?
I think trade paperbacks is generally just like a complete run of like, say, the House of M is a trade paperback, so everything in there. While the omnibus, like I'm looking at my X-Men and Spider-Man over here, it's missing comics in some of these volumes. So if there's a storyline, it's like, oh, check out, Web of Spider-Man #5, but it's not in this. This is only Spectacular Spider-Man.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, trade
I think
paperback.
I think we're gonna do a trade paperback at the end too. I didn't know the name.
Yeah, it's just kind of like your collection of this is the series all in one spot. So, hey Tater, how's it going?
Oh, Tater's in the chat.
Tater's in the chat. Yeah.
It's funny. I was gonna text him and be like, "Hey, come you haven't been in the chat for the last couple of weeks? What the hell's going on, man?"
He hasn't, has he?
No.
For shame, Tater. For shame.
Tater's like, I have a life. Okay.
What?
What's that?
Thank you, Frey.
Yes. Yeah. Actual collection. Yeah. It's all my omnibuses for like the Spider-Man and the X-Men are all black and white. So they're not the color versions either. It's just black and white versions. So.
Well, if you guys will excuse me, I'm gonna get out here. I'm actually running. I'm just to be honest, I'm running out of steam.
No worries.
So
I didn't have any Dubby today.
You guys did a show right before this, right?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully
we'll be out, or I'll be out at World's Best Comics with Eric signing. Eric's going to do signings.
Oh, sweet. Okay. Because I work Saturday. But if I can make my way down over that way, I will stop by at least, for a second and say hi, pick up some books.
Awesome.
Some of that's probably already going to be gone by the time I get there. So
we're gonna send you guys. I don't know if we can come back on during the Kickstarter, but we want to send you guys out some books either way, and for giveaways on your show.
Yeah, man, we would love that.
And
I'm pretty sure the nerds are.
Yeah.
They've been waiting for me to give more stuff away. So I mean, like I haven't given anything away in a while. Actually, now I'm thinking about it. Gotta do some giveaways, man. Gotta buy some more.
You gave away the Easter rabbit.
You gotta make it cool though. Like make some kind of weird contest up.
That's we haven't done that since like we first started the show, where we like did like weird contests for people to do. You know what? That's a good idea. I probably have to bring that back.
Make them like sing in Russian or something. I don't know.
Oh my god, that's the idea. Probably gonna do that. All right, I need you to sing in Russian for me.
God bless America.
Oh yes, I need you to sing "God Bless America" in Russian.
Oh boy.
Oh man.
All right, so I know you guys said you guys gotta get going here. So why don't you go ahead? Where can we find you? Give us your pluggables.
We're on Instagram, Facebook, Night of the Chihuahuas, all one word, CHIHUAHUAS, wah wah, as David likes to say.
Like I said earlier, David Quiros needs to come on the show, man. He still hasn't been on the show.
He wants to be on. He is usually busy on Thursday evenings. That's the trick. So he said he wants to come on. I don't know if you guys do any other times.
Tuesdays we have another show.
Okay. I think his kids' sports schedule is freeing up, but yeah, let's make it happen.
That's actually, pulling back the curtain right now. It's the real reason James isn't on this show is because his kids.
Yeah.
They tie him up on Thursday nights. He's not allowed to.
That's exactly where I was going with that. This is whenever we make the jokes about James being in the closet, that's what we mean.
Yes. All right. What about you, Josh? Got any pluggables for us?
Same thing.
Same thing.
It's all the same. Chihuahuas.
Awesome.
Yeah, nightofthechihuahuas.com, and then I'll just throw it out there if I can, guys. Josh is at World's Best in Sacramento, California. I'm going to be at Brandon's Comics in Tempe, Arizona. David, the author, will be at Strange Adventures in Gilbert, Arizona. And then if anybody's listening is in the Detroit area, Adam will be at Liberty Comics in Roseville, Michigan. So we're trying to do it big, guys. I mean, you can't say we're not trying. I mean,
yeah, Detroit would be the closest one for me. It's still, I think, about 3.5 hour drive for me, but
let's take a flight. No problem.
Yeah.
Charge it to the podcast.
Exactly. Just ask James if you can use the disinserting jet. I'm sure he'll let you do it.
Okay, perfect. That's what I need.
You may have to provide your own pilot, though. That's.
I'll get Tron Travolta. Don't worry.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you, guys.
Thank you very much, Nate and Josh. Awesome having you guys on here again. Loved it.
Absolutely an honor to have you guys on and talking your amazing book and adventures with us. Yes. We always enjoy you guys coming on and hanging out with us.
All right.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Right, thank you. You guys have a good night.
Right, you too.
Let's make you the big one here, Phil.
All right. I think Forrest looks like he's back too.
Forrest is ready. Is he ready?
I'm so sorry. I had to let dogs out, and then I had to change laundry over. Then I realized that the system was not hooked up for gaming, so I would have hit like power button on a dock and been like, "Uh-oh."
So it's okay. You are allowed to do husband duties.
Yeah. Speaking of husbands and wives, does somebody? I'll send it to her. I was gonna send my Kyber wifey a quick invite because she wants in on the bracket, I believe.
Oh, do it. Let's go.
Yep.
Yes. So I have to take note from Forrest. I will be right back. So give me 1 second. I'll get the bracket ready.
Okay, he's got to poop.
No, I have to get the bracket ready. And more water. So I will be right back ready for the bracket. So
yeah, he needs more water and he needs to poop. So just let him poop.
All right, I'll be right back.
All right. Sorry, easy poop jokes. Let me throw them out there.
I have to give a shout out and thank Mrs. Fours for taking 18 pounds off me while I was there because holy crap, this is the best I've looked on camera since ever.
Oh, hold on. We gotta boom.
Look at that. Look at that. I actually have facial shape.
So I need you to move face to the left. Now face to the right. All right, now hand on the chin. There we go. Now I need blue steel.
What?
Blue steel.
Blue steel?
Yes.
I don't know what blue steel is.
Blue steel, man. Hold on. I gotta change cameras.
See, if I had that Rodecaster bass in my microphone, I'd be like, "Hello, Dr. Sexy here, just to give a shout out to all you ladies who can't have me right now because it sucks to be you." That was almost Vegeta. Dr. Sexy right now, sucks to be you because Yeah. Oh,
You know, I want to talk about the sexy, but I'm not there with you.
you're either perfect or you're not me. Oh, I'm gonna stop now.
No. Oh, I need more of that. Perfect Cell was the best.
You're either perfect or you're not me. And by the way, pray to whatever God you need for mercy. Just know I won't be listening. So bad. So incredibly bad.
He is such a good evil character.
Oh, absolutely. All right, so we're going from Manscaped Razor into a full gauntlet tonight, correct?
I mean, are we talking Manscaped Razor? I mean, at this point, we got to talk about Tushy, right?
Well, last week it was a Manscaped Razor. Just putting it out there.
Oh, it's definitely not a Manscaped Razor anymore. I mean, it kind of still is,
somewhat.
But
I didn't finish my point. So when I got there, I was like 255. When I got home, I was 237. That's 2.5 weeks.
Boom.
That's a lot of weight to lose in 2.5 weeks.
Boom.
So thanks to all of her good habits and just, taking care of myself and the hiking and walking and like the one gym trip we took, it was, worked out really well.
That's one thing we never actually ended up going to the gym like we said that we were going to.
I know. I'm sorry, dude. But if all goes well, you will see me again, hopefully within the next 6 months.
Sweet.
And then beyond that, if things go the way I hope they go, you may see me out there within a year permanently.
Ooh.
It is up for discussion right now. It is being discussed.
The wifey is into it?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
We don't know where, but she does have family that lives 30 minutes from you.
From me? Where?
Yes, Yuba City.
Oh, shit. Yeah. No, I was in Yuba City yesterday.
Yep. So... Yep. So we're just so okay. So I threw Mrs. Fours a StreamYard link to jump in, and we have Kyber Cave Gaming in 45 minutes.
Yes.
So Mr. Phil, how was work today?
Long. Like I said, I went and did my regular appointment. I made a whole point with my my what's called. Oh my god. I made a whole point with my scheduling team that like I had them move an appointment from yesterday. I had them move it up so that I could be on the show on time today.
Nice.
And well, obviously that didn't happen.
Well, I mean, the fact that the communication was out there, so that's a good thing.
Yeah. So I mean, like they ended up, that they got one of a member to move the appointment up, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I was finished with my job around like 2:00, so I had enough time. I was like, I'm gonna make it home. Everything will be fine. And I get a call at the last minute, and they say, hey. We got a technician that's running really behind. Would you mind going and just starting the job for him? And then he'll get there and he'll finish everything out because we know you have something that you have to go do. I was like, yeah, I mean, if that's what we're gonna be doing, I was like, if that's fine as long as he's gonna show up. Fast forward, he didn't show up.
All right, you guys ready for some brackets?
Sure.
I feel like brackets need their own little jingle for the show.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, you aren't wrong with that. I will have to work on that.
Okay. Just so for recap for everyone who, Tater, who hasn't been here for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, Tater.
Yeah, calling you out. We are still doing Marvel live action TV shows. We are in the top 8 for right now. So let's get into this, shall we? Against all odds, Hawkeye is going up against the Punisher.
Ooh, I immediately go Punisher on this one. I like Hawkeye. It was a great series, but Punisher was perfection.
I'm gonna have to side with Phil on this one. Hawkeye was fun, but Punisher, I would rewatch Punisher again before I'd watch Hawkeye again. So I'll give it to Punisher.
Yes, I complete agreement. Punisher, John Barenthal is the Punisher. He's the Punisher we've needed this entire time. Sorry, Dolph, you didn't cut it.
Dolph Lundgren never cut it as the Punisher. I'm sorry. I was never a fan of Dolph Lundgren as the Punisher.
Oh, even Frey saying Punisher, Tater's saying Hawkeye. Did James vote already? Usually he's anti-Tater.
He might have voted for Hawkeye specifically so that James would vote for Punisher.
We can't make guys seriously. We can't make these things personal. I'd like some honesty in these votes, please. I feel like there's some series and stuff getting undercut because of the personal vendettas here. These poor celebrities shouldn't have to pay for our discrepancies. Oh wait, we pay for celebrity discrepancies. I'm sorry. By all means, have at your war.
Tater said he's being honest. He
actually likes Hawkeye better than Punisher.
I mean, it's because it's the pasta.
It's because he's a hot guy.
Pasta on the hot guy, yeah.
That's a joke we make every episode that Thick is on. Which,
by the way, he did a fantastic job on the download the other night. I caught some of that, and I was like, "Damn, good host."
Yeah, no, that's why we called it the name that we had, because the three of us were like the original, like cast members on the show,
bro.
That should this show. Anytime that he's on, he elevates this show.
Y'all are awesome. I bet that brought back some good memories. The little nostalgia factor.
Well, I mean, you hear the level of comedy that ensues on that show when he's around.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I always talk about he's our resident improv comedian. And he's like, yeah, I wouldn't call myself an improv comedian. I'm like, dude, you are though. He actually did improv. That's why I'm like, you're the guy.
The guy. He's gay.
All right, so right now with Taylor just voting for Hawkeye, it's 4 for Punisher and 1 for Hawkeye. I think we are moving Punisher forward. I mean, I don't disagree with Taylor, probably because of Kingpin, and as we discussed before.
That Kingpin was dope though. Like, again, I love the way Kingpin is portrayed in Daredevil. But just it took it to another level when we got that version of Kingpin, because he was more comic book fantastical than he was in Daredevil, where he already was kind of like that very comic book level villain, but they took it to another level in Hawkeye.
Taylor's saying because of the storyline. I mean, it was enjoyable. It was, but this is going to be interesting because we have 3 Netflix shows in the top 8.
Oh, wow.
Golly.
Yes. So the next one is going to be Werewolf by Night versus Daredevil.
Oh.
Yeah. I
know where you're voting already.
Me?
I know where you're voting.
Why is that?
Because you don't like Werewolf by Night.
Accurate. Yes, I'm definitely voting. I mean, if like I said, we said before, if Werewolf by Night was done differently, it'd be a different story. But once again, though, Netflix did Daredevil perfectly.
I mean, I'm as much as I love Werewolf by Night, and the reason I love it is because of the implications, because of what they can do now, because it was successful enough that they can kind of explore more horror stuff and explore more kind of like, you know, a different side of Marvel, especially after Blade. Like once Blade comes out, you know, whether it has that feel or not, like now you can start getting into the supernatural characters in Marvel.
Yeah.
You know, it also gave us Man Thing, and I thought that was a really good portrayal of Man Thing.
I'm not disagreeing that part.
Mm-hmm.
And of course James is saying he's voting opposite Tater just because.
Terrible.
Clearly James is listening to what you say for us.
Hey, look. It's all good. If TMZ is a thing, y'all do your thing.
So then, Phil, what's your vote?
Again, there's so much good for me. There's so much good with Werewolf by Night, but Daredevil edges it for me.
He brings you to the edge.
Yeah. No, he edges me.
Mm-hmm.
Does he make you edgy? Does he make
sure.
Is he your edge lord?
That's more where I was going. I was like, sure, we'll say that he makes me edgy.
Yeah, so I mean, we're counting James. He's voting opposite Tater, so that's 2 for Werewolf by Night. I don't vote for Werewolf.
So you vote for?
He said Werewolf, and then he says I don't vote for Werewolf.
So Say Wong votes for Daredevil then.
Daredevil? Is that what you're saying, Say Wong? I mean, I think Daredevil still has it run away regardless.
Right.
I'm not surprised by that at all. They just need to call me for their spooky stuff, I guess. Why not, right? All right. So Daredevil makes it to the top 4.
Woo!
I know. And we might knock another one off here. Yeah, Frey Girl says it is the hallway scene. It's every character. Every character did a fantastic job. You didn't felt like anyone was a throwaway character. You didn't feel like anyone was out of place.
I'm telling you, when the 4 basically when the Defenders individual series hit, that was Marvel fire. I'm like, my God, we freaking get Daredevil, and I'm like, can it get better? Like, can they drop the ball after this? And then here comes Jessica Jones. I'm like, nope, they're not dropping any balls today, because holy crap, dude.
No balls were unfondled.
No balls were dropped. It was just
no balls were left unfondled.
Seriously, like it kind of blew me away because, but when the Netflix series were being made, because they were Netflix exclusive things.
Yeah.
Right.
I was looking at the Marvel cinematic movies coming out at the time, because when that stuff was being made, we were getting like Iron Man 2. And I'm like, why? How is Daredevil this good and Iron Man 2 this bad? Like, I'm not understanding this.
Iron Man 2 definitely dropped the ball.
Like, how can Iron Man be so good in the Avengers movies and the Captain America movies and the first Iron Man movie, but be so poor on his own in all the rest? Like, I don't get it.
Yeah. No, it's not, well, I think it was 2015. So we were talking, it was 2015. So we're talking Age of Ultron type stuff. So that's that. Yeah, we're talking like Iron Man 3, and that was because it was Shane Black. Unfortunately,
Shane Black
Iron Man
screwed up
3.
that entire movie, and I do not forgive Shane Black for the things that he did on that movie.
Yeah. We were getting, like I said, we're getting Thor: Dark World. We were getting Iron Man 3. It wasn't.
But you know what? That just goes to show that Iron Man as a character is just better when he's bouncing off of teammates.
Mhm.
He's just a better character when he's with the other Avengers. On his own, it's like, okay, this story's cool, but he's just better when he has banter with Steve, with Hulk, with Loki. He's just funnier that way.
I'd argue Thor's the same way.
Oh, so, yeah. Oh, and his banter with Quill, even better.
Yeah,
Speaking of which, Guardians 3 came out today.
it did.
And Frey Girl was going crazy over it.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things from everybody who's reviewed it and that's watched it already. Like it's been everything I hear is positive, so I'm excited for it.
It's supposed to be the best damn thing since Endgame, and Spider-Man 3 or Spider-Man not far from
No Way Home.
No Way Home was, in my opinion, probably one of the best things since Endgame.
Yes.
So, by the way, I watched Doctor Strange 2 on the way home on the flight again the other night, and I'm like, okay, yes, that's a yes for me. There's a reason why I love this so much. So,
yes,
and it was more than just Xavier.
Yeah, I'm seeing Guardians in 5 days, and then we'll be discussing it in 2 Saturdays. So.
Holy crap! In a handbasket. Silent Hill Shattered Memories is $599 on Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah. For a game that had no combat and only one opportunity to get killed is a $600 game.
Mm-hmm.
And it really was a phenomenal game, but my God, man.
All right, let's back to this bracket. No worries.
Back to the bracket.
So we have Miss Marvel versus Luke Cage.
Ooh, Miss Marvel versus Luke Cage.
I'm gonna go Miss Marvel.
I think I'm leaning Miss Marvel too.
I'm going Luke Cage.
Okay.
Because, like I said, as everyone says, you don't. Everything doesn't have to be for you. Miss Marvel wasn't for me. I appreciate everything it's done. I think everyone did a fantastic job in it. It's, I don't know. Like I said, I think Luke Cage was phenomenal as well. I think it was grittier. I think it was a better story, and it was even fun as well.
I mean, like I'll agree with you. Luke Cage was a really good show.
Mm-hmm.
I did again, like my biggest praise for that show was mostly Cottonmouth. I loved him as a character.
Yes.
But I don't know. I feel like Miss Marvel kind of takes the edge a little bit for me just because of how fun it was and just kind of like the way the show was.
Mm-hmm.
Is kind of what kind of wins that for me on that one.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed that show. I felt like it was really nerdy. It was really nostalgic. I mean, like she is a hardcore nerd, and I love it. Like she's very relatable.
We're not nerds around here. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
What? Who's into that stuff? I'm all about playing Call of Duty, 7 straight hours in a row, and only Call of Duty because that's what makes
drinks.
Yeah, and cursing out British children because I like teabagging people. That's what makes me a nerd.
And doing everyone's moms. Oh.
Dude, I totally banged your mom. You what? You didn't bang my mom?
She's dead. I know.
Because that's what makes me a real gamer.
Death.
James votes Luke Cage just because Taylor said Miss Marvel. I mean, if that's truly the case, then Phil, you're the tiebreaker.
Oh,
yeah.
Ooh, this is a very difficult one because I liked both shows.
Apparently, Frey had some soda. Some soda.
She's so sugar high. Frey girl, blood sugar, honey, blood sugar. Stop it.
Yeah, you can get high without sugar. All right.
He's not wrong.
You're gonna get high. Get high on life.
Phil, we're taking this show in a dirty direction.
This show's been in a dirty direction.
This was clean at one point.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
When was it clean? The amount of dick jokes that happen on this show that people just don't realize are dick jokes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
We are.
Right.
I think this is such a hard one for me because I want to say Miss Marvel, but then I like regret not saying freaking Power Man.
No regrets. No regrets allowed.
No regrets. No regrets. I think I'm gonna go Miss Marvel.
Yes.
All right. Well, with that, then we'll call this voting done because it's been a couple of minutes. So that means Miss Marvel moves on. So we weren't
Marvel.
Miss Marvel.
Marvel. Yeah, we almost had 3 Netflix shows in the top 4.
Nice.
Almost.
I mean, that just says how good those shows are.
Mm-hmm.
Or,
absolutely.
I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's because, and we may have television blindness at this point, right? Because these were such great shows and we expected the same levelness out of the MCU.
I mean, like the shows on the MCU have not been bad. The main thing is that they try to stay PG-13, and you get kind of like a different level from a rated R show that we're on.
Oh yeah. It feels, I don't want to say more comic book-ish, but more accurate, I would say.
You definitely can't get the level of comic book violence that you get in the Netflix shows.
Well, especially with the Punisher. How do you do? You can't do I don't think you can do a PG-13 Punisher.
No,
at all.
And I think that's part of what like the Deadpool experiment's going to be is like how much can we get away with, and I think that's part of why they put the Netflix shows on Disney Plus.
Yep,
is to kind of get people like back in, with that level of like character development and everything on there. And like, how much can we get away with because we end up doing this on Disney Plus?
Right. So I would absolutely pay for an adult tier of Disney Plus to be able to have our shows continue on that level.
There is an adult tier of Disney Plus that is only
well, that requires blocking that tier from other users, though.
Well, like I said, that is only in Europe.
Yeah. So.
Fun fact, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know this already, Disney Plus in Europe has a rated R. I mean, we have a rated R section too, but they have because they don't have Hulu. Disney Plus, all the rated R shows that are on Hulu are on Disney Plus in Europe.
Yeah.
So shows like Future Man.
Oh, Future Man is fantastic.
I love Future Man so much.
Yes.
But Future Man is on Disney Plus in Europe.
I mean, sure, why not? All right. Well, next we have the Japanese Spider-Man live action, who's made it to the third round.
Don't know how this has made it this far.
It went against the Runaways and then Iron Fist. That's how it got that far.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Versus Loki.
Oh, Loki for sure.
So I know Say Wong throws hand up for Spider-Man. that's one. Anyone voting for not for Loki?
Say Wong immediately is like, oh, for sure, Japanese Spider-Man. I want the character that is not actually Spider-Man, but Spider-Man.
I would just like to go public and saying right now that having Say Wong on this show, and also knowing him from Kyber Cave After Dark and having not met him in person, but him sharing his opinions and whatnot, Say Wong actually has some very, very good tasted stuff.
Oh, he does.
Like I totally respect his choices in stuff, because like he's tuned into some really obscure but really awesome things. Like you guys know fours. Like fours will 9 times out of 10 choose anime literally over anything. But I know where Say Wong's coming from when he makes his choices, and I kind of tuned into his reasons. So I respect his Japanese Spider-Man choice, because I'm like, I see you, Say Wong. I see you. I get it. But I'm still gonna give it to Loki.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm definitely going Loki on this one. Not that I didn't like the Japanese Spider-Man. It was a really good take for something that was Marvel, but not Marvel, you know?
Yeah.
But again, I'm all about that Loki.
Oh yeah. Yep. Tater's voting Loki, which means James votes Japanese Spider-Man.
Japanese Spider-Man.
Yeah. I mean, Loki was fantastic too. So I'm, as much as I love the Japanese Spider-Man too, because like I said, it is the Masked Rider meets Spider-Man. So
I mean, Spider-Man has a mech. Yeah, can you get better than that?
Right. And it shoots out onto him.
Right.
All right. So that means Loki has this one. So we are down to our final 4.
Our final Thor?
Final Thor, yes. All right. Well, that brings us then to oh, man, these are going to be tough matchups. I'm just saying that right now. Punisher versus Daredevil.
Oh, that is very suitable.
Mm-hmm.
Those ones, the very good ones to go up against each other.
Yes.
Oh man. I think it's like I want to go Daredevil, but at the same time, Punisher was so damn good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think you can get a better version of Frank Castle, and I mean that's even including Punisher Warzone. So I mean,
I guess here's one question I pose to you: would Punisher have been as good if he started off without being something else? If he wasn't in Daredevil first?
I mean, I think it still would have been good. I think it was awesome that you introduced Daredevil or Punisher in Daredevil.
Mm-hmm.
Like the way they introduced him was perfect. But I think Frank Castle still would have been as good without being in Daredevil first.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going Daredevil. As much as I love Punisher, Daredevil was a better series for me.
Same. I'm gonna go Daredevil on my vote.
All
Sorry,
right.
Punisher fans.
Say Wong's flipping a coin because he can't choose.
Oh,
or he hasn't seen either of them. I mean,
love you, Say Wong. Love you, Say Wong.
What about you, there, Phil? Say Wong with Punisher.
I still want to go Punisher, man.
Ooh, Say Wong with the twist.
What do you say?
Landed on Punisher.
Yeah, the coin landed on Punisher.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Punisher, man. I love Daredevil as a show, period. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And it started everything for the Netflix series and everything like that. But I think ultimately I go Punisher. I feel like Punisher was just overall for me was a better series.
Yeah, you're not. it's like I said, it's a fantastic series.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, James vote. I think James fell asleep.
I mean, that doesn't sound unlike something James would do.
All right. Well, I mean, that means we have 2 votes then for the Punisher and 4 for Daredevil. We'll call it here with Daredevil.
Okay.
Then to see who's going against Daredevil is Miss Marvel versus Loki.
Why do I feel like at the bitter ass end of this, we're going to have Loki and Daredevil?
I felt that from the very beginning.
Yeah. And that is going to be a stupid hard decision. Like, seriously.
Not for Frey.
Well, no, not for Frey Girl, but I mean, if it comes down to it, I may have to go back and watch a few episodes of each just to be like, oh God, what do I like more?
I mean, Loki. Hands down, Loki to me was better. The world building, the introduction, the surprises we got, setting up, He Who Remains, setting up that there's just an infinity number of Infinity Stones.
Yeah.
Man.
Speaking of Infinity Stones, I'm starting to get those ready to put on the Gauntlet right now.
Woo.
Yeah. So, Taylor saying Miss Marvel.
Wait, okay, so right now, where are we? We are at...
The Gauntlet's done.
So we're up... wow. Okay.
Yeah.
The Gauntlet is ready. I'm just putting the Infinity Stones on it now.
Cam's here. Cam.
Dude, everybody's entering the chat. We got Sewong. We have Cam. We have Jen. We have Tater. We have the 3 of us. I mean, we got peeps here.
We have 8 people watching.
Yeah, let's go. Distance starting for the win.
Yes.
Let's go!
All right, Cam. Better show, Miss Marvel or Loki? I wonder what Cam's going to vote for.
I'm okay. My vote's on Loki, although I did really enjoy Miss Marvel. I'm sad to vote against it, but I'm going Loki.
Yep.
I think I'm going Loki too.
Loki.
I think Loki was just a really good show overall.
Wait, 1, 2. You know what? There's 3. There's 3 for Miss Marvel right now, though.
Really?
Yes, and there is 4 for Loki.
Sorry, y'all.
Yeah, because Sewong said Miss Marvel, Tater said Miss Marvel, Frey said Miss Marvel, I said Loki. We all said Loki here, and then Cam said Loki.
Jen's probably like, screw you guys.
Screw you guys. Yeah.
You guys, vote Miss Marvel.
No, I mean, this was going to be a hard toss-up. I mean, we knew this kind of with these shows. We had some really, really, really good shows in here.
Yeah.
Some really, really, really bad shows.
Yeah.
Frey's crying. It's okay.
Oh,
It's okay, Frey.
don't cry, Frey.
Put your tears on my shoulder. Oh, wait, she can't because she's not in Florida.
Oh!
Or is she?
All don't like fun.
Ladies and gentlemen, here to surprise fours, Ray Girl.
That'd be awesome.
She says I do a pretty good hype man for her on Saturdays.
I would hug her for 10 straight minutes if she showed up here. I'd be like, I'm not letting you go. I'm not letting you go.
All right. For it all. And by the way, we will be pitting the best Marvel movies and TV shows and DC when we get to DC against each other to figure out.
Oh my
the best.
gosh. To be honest, Husbeard, we may have to put off the DC thing until after everybody has seen Flash. Because that's about to be a thing very, very soon.
Definitely is.
And I am hella excited for the new Michael Keaton movie. So
Boy, you've been hanging around the
The new Batman, you mean? Yeah, absolutely.
New Batman movie.
Yeah,
The Adventures of Batman and the Flash. Yes.
that's why I call it. You should have listened on Saturday there, Phil. I said Transformers number. Who cares?
I was gonna say, Phil, if you can jump in on the Nerd Out Saturdays,
Yes.
if possible.
I work, man. It's hard.
Oh,
I'm working.
No.
Yeah, and I said the new Batman movie.
You're
All
not.
right. I know.
Tater, what's a good idea? To
Waiting.
wait for Flash. Right.
Yeah. Hopefully,
Right.
hopefully you guys put up the new bracket so we can get those top 8 for the animated. Did you guys post that?
That's right. I still need to post that.
Okay. All right. So the final round here is Daredevil versus Loki for the best live action Marvel TV show.
Damn it!
I am going Daredevil.
So we said Loki versus Daredevil.
Yep.
Dude.
Loki versus Daredevil.
Mm-hmm.
I might have to say Wong this.
Uh-oh.
I'm serious because I love them both. I would have them both.
I mean, are you not entertained?
I am so entertained.
Oh, even Cam went Daredevil.
Wait, Cam went Daredevil over Loki?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That
Say Wong Daredevil in all caps.
Yes, he's
That-
shouting Daredevil.
that is the most surprising upset of the night.
Mhm.
Is Cam voted against Loki?
I know.
I never thought that this day would ever happen.
Okay. All right. So all right. So for me,
Mhm.
if I'm gonna review Daredevil as a series, there was never a single part that I was bored. I was completely invested because Daredevil had action that was incredible to me, but when you got to the parts where there weren't action, it felt just as dramatic and as magnetic as like a good Law and Order SVU. Like you're just sucked in by that law drama or whatever the heck else is happening, and it's like the perfect mixture of that. Whereas Loki kept me completely entertained, but there were a couple of parts where it's like I can take a popcorn break, especially when the episode where they discovered like the Gator Loki. I'm like, this is not interesting to me, and just for that fact alone, I think Daredevil is going to take my vote by less than a millimeter.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Loki. Please don't stab me in the back.
He might. That's
He might.
definitely a possibility. Look at that.
Hey.
Just in time for the end of the show, I finished the Gauntlet.
Sweet.
I mean, to be fair, Loki did watch a 15-minute movie about his life and death, and he changed.
That's
his
true.
mind, became good.
Dude, that is a beautiful Infinity Gauntlet. But is
Yeah.
that the Iron Man Infinity Gauntlet, or is that the?
Oh no, this is the Iron Man Infinity Gauntlet because the I have the Thanos one in the other room.
Because that is a sick, nice.
Well,
by the way, young Phil,
Uh-huh.
I don't know when it was released, but I saw an advertisement for it today. There is an X-Men 97 Wolverine Lego build.
yes, but that is the first sneak preview we got to what Wolverine's going to look like in X-Men 97.
And it's literally just Wolverine in the blue and yellow.
Wait, okay, so is it on Lego's website or?
I don't know. I saw it on a Facebook ad and I'm like, where can Phil buy this?
Yes.
Well,
Well, I mean, that has to be the Iron Man one because it's not the right hand for it to be Thanos.
right. Okay, so I'm gonna look up X-Men on Lego.
Yeah.
No, I don't see that there. Let's look up Wolverine.
It may not be available yet.
I think it was. I think it was just a.
Once
I think
it gets
just a
announced,
teaser. Yeah.
Oh no. Wolverine mech armor.
That's not it.
That's not it.
No.
That's not it.
I don't think it's out yet.
No, it's.
I think it was just how they tease toys now and they tease Legos before they come out and then they spoil everything with the Lego sets.
Well, it's usually not that. Usually, what ends up happening with stuff like that, it's more around. There is a it's called like Lego Ideas.
Yeah.
And stuff that builders submit for Lego to make as kits.
Yeah.
And it might be on that.
Dude, I still to this very day, I want the bat plane from the Lego Movie Part 1.
I didn't realize they did these. Check this out. They have Lego action figures now.
Dude, that is sick.
Miles Morales, and then they have a Venom one.
Ooh, that's even sicker.
It's kind of cool. I knew they came out with an Iron Man one. I didn't realize they did Spider-Man ones like that. And then there's a Ghost Rider on the bike.
Oh my god, dude, you just gave me a hella idea. They should have a Final Fantasy VII Advent Children Cloud on the bike Lego set.
Ooh.
Oh,
by the way, I put it in the chat, by the way, if you want to show on your phone there, Phil.
And Bowser at the piano singing Peaches Lego set. Because he loves her.
Peaches, 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 peaches.
Did you know
they come from a can?
Did you know that when Bowser sings that song, he's rickrolling you? Because if you play the chords to Peaches, it's never going to give you up. He rickrolled the whole world with Peaches.
I just explained what rickrolling was to a customer today because she was telling me about how she loves Rick Astley, and I was like, "Well, yeah, I mean, because she showed me this ad with Rick Astley, and it's funny because like it's basically him singing "Never Gonna Give You Up," and then at the end of the video, he looks at it and he goes, "This is still a thing." Right? and it ends the commercial ends. It was a commercial for AAA. But she goes, yeah. And I was like, well, I mean, he's probably talking about how people get rickrolled all the time. And she goes, dude, I don't know what that is. And I showed her what rickrolling was. And she goes, oh my God, that's probably what he is talking about. I was like, yeah, he was like the biggest thing on the internet for the longest time.
Bro, rickrolling is the best thing ever because I love that song. I just do. I just do. Rick Astley is just, he's legend. He's legend. There are just things that, and that dude, the rickrolling alone has probably made him about $1 billion at this point.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, Phil, we need to know, did you cast your vote?
Oh, I don't think I did. We were doing
Daredevil
versus Loki.
Daredevil versus Loki. For all good that Loki did, and kind of bringing over, the future of this next phase. Let me switch cameras. I think I'm gonna give it to Daredevil because I think ultimately Daredevil was a better series.
Let's go.
Yes. That makes Daredevil the winner of the Marvel live action shows.
Congratulations, Daredevil. You are truly the great.
You had a chance to sponsor us here at This Is the... Oh, wait.
Say Wong, they did make a bunch of new Star Wars kits. I'm actually getting ready to order some for Star Wars.
We have a Grogu one.
We need. Oh, Grogu. I got Grogu sitting up here, the Lego Grogu. I built him on the show.
Sweet.
All right. Well, I need to send you over that other bracket for the Marvel animated to get up in Nerdington Post. That way we get those going. And then once that one's done, we are ready for all the DC stuff.
Yep.
Yes. And we will be going ham on all the DC. Oops, all DC.
But first, we got to do pluggables and a dance off.
Exactly. I was just going to get into that. Thank you, sir, for for bringing us into the next phase, because
I've got new stuff to dance with too.
oh, look at that. Because ladies and gentlemen, I just want to let everybody know we got merch, people. Beer. Ladies and gentlemen.
I love you. I love you.
The look on Graveyard's face was, what? By the way, I am rocking a Star Wars shirt in celebration of May the 4th, because, ladies and gentlemen, May the 4th be with you. But yes, we have merch. If you want to get in on some merch, head over to your social media of choice and DM us. Let us know you want some merch. We got the hat like on top of Graveyard's head right there, but in this color right here. Let us know. $35 per hat, or $30 if you get multiple hats.
40 if it's shipped to Florida.
Exactly. No, 50 if you're shipped to Florida.
50 to ship to Florida.
Yeah, we got to counter that. Those Florida taxes.
Those stupid tax.
The stupid
Stupid tax.
And then of course we have shirts. If you guys are interested in shirts, they're $20, $25. We got to ship them to you. Now let's get into these pluggables. Aside from watching you guys on Kyber Cave Gaming next here, where can people find you guys? Force.
Damn it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you go to kybercave.com right now, you can order yourself one of these magnificent lightsabers. Also, if you visit the Kyber Cave store in Vacaville, I believe, or Fairfield, you can pick one up in person. If you go to saberfont.com, you can get yourself a sound font that you can plug in to one of these sabers. There's like more than 15, 16 of them made by me, Forz FX Saber Sound Designs, and my friends, Juan Sith and Harry Solo Fonts, to make your saber experience a magnificent one, truly something you can enjoy, that is character accurate, movie accurate. And we have more than just characters from Star Wars. There are things from things like Mega Man X4, different cartoons, series, all kinds of stuff. So be sure to go to Saberfont and support those artists there if you own a saber. Aside from Kyber Cave Gaming, you can find me at Kyber Cave Productions on, well, let's see, tonight and tomorrow night. And then I will be rejoining Graveyard on the Retro Alcove very soon.
Yes.
And then starting next week, you will find me on Distance Nerding exclusively on Thursdays for the time being, until some stuff in life is figured out. And then maybe I'll be back on Tuesdays as well. But for now, you will find me on the build, hanging out with these fine folks here. And you know, and life is great. So a shout out to everybody who welcomed me in California. Shout out to Phil, to Anthony, to Aubrey, to Van, to Steven, to Mezzo, to everybody I got to meet, greet, have a great time with. It was probably one of the best times and experiences I've ever had in my entire fucking life.
Nice.
And I will never, ever, ever, as Chris Jericho says, ever forget it for the rest of my life.
Again.
May the fours be with you all, and I will see you in just a few minutes on Kyber Cave Gaming.
All right, Graveyard, let everybody know where they can find you.
Yes, I am Graveyard, co-host of the Mostly Pod Out at Night, Mostly podcast. We release new episodes every Wednesday. Past 2 weeks have not been at midnight. Sorry for that, but it's still been Wednesday. So check us out. You can find us on all social media at Pod Out at Night, and you get your podcast anywhere you get your podcast. Spotify, Apple, Stitcher, all that good stuff. On top of that, you can find me 4 days a week over at Kyber Cave Productions, where I'm playing some. Oh, we got Phil now. Hey, Phil.
Oh, sorry. Did not mean to do that. I was swiping it right, grabbing something to never mind. Go ahead, keep going.
So 4 days a week over at Kyber Cave Productions, where I have new releases of retro games that are pre-recorded for Mondays. On top of that, you can find me at Gaming Live on Thursdays, Kyber Cave Dark, and host of Saturday Morning Nerd Out. On top of that, you'll find me here with these fine gentlemen doing brackets and interviewing awesome people here at Distance Nerding. So make sure to follow us them as well everywhere you can. So please, 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 we appreciate everyone that's there supporting us.
Awesome, awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, you know who we are. I am your boy, Young Phil. Distance Nerding. All you got to do if you want to follow us on all the places, follow us where social media exists. That is on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Discord, GeoCities, MySpace. Of course, you can find us on OnlyFans. It's only pictures of Aaron Watson's feet and mandals. And pretty soon you'll be able to find us on Fansly, and it's just going to be Aaron thicken it up. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the dance party. We are ready to dance. Forz has got new stuff. So, let's do that. Hold on, let me prepare us here. I got to get the right screens up. All right. Yeah, I know. Dance party time!
This piece was created by the son of Forz, and it is amazing.
That is sexy.
Distance Nerding.
All right, guys. See you next week, and head over to Kyber Cape Productions to join us for Thursday Night Live Gaming.
We'll see everybody at Kyber Cape.